Competition Commission of India. In short, we called it CCI. So, Competition Commission of India is, what is competition? I think this is clear to you currently. Huh? Now, this is a commission which is formed by the central government, and this commission is usually established to check whether means whether these competition rules has been followed properly, or whoever is there in the market, or who are sellers, who are the enterprises or companies, are following this company acts properly or not. This is actually the duty of the Competition Commission of India to take care. Got it? So the full thing is Competition Commission of India. Now, here, if you are asked to write about Competition Commission, normally in competition, they may ask you about Competition Commission of India. There is total 14 points. Okay, I'm explaining you. First is, Competition Commission of India is always appointed, or the people who will be there under this commission is going to be appointed by CG, central government. Got it? So central government is going to appoint this commission, and also, you know now how the government is going to appoint or do anything. Whenever the government is doing anything, how they are going to inform to us, the normal people? By notification in official gazette. Same thing. Like whatever the government is going to decide, they are going to inform through notification in official gazette. This is common all over law relating to government. Got it? Now, this CCI, Competition Commission of India, is actually formed by the central government, and central government is going to inform about this competition. How? By notification in official gazette. Okay. And after forming this commission, CG is only going to give a name of this commission, that is Competition Commission of India. Clear? So, full this commission is established and formed by central government only. This is the first point. Second point, this commission, CCI, is a body corporate. Now, can you tell me the definition of body corporate? So, same like a company. Same definition like company. Competition Commission of India is a body corporate, means it is a artificial legal person created by law, having a separate legal entity with a perpetual succession and common seal. Same definition. Wherever you will see this term body corporate, you can write the same definition or same meaning of the company. Got it? So CCI is also a body corporate. Last time we also read, like, company is the body corporate, LLP is also a body corporate. Got it? So now CCI is also a body corporate. So CCI, when CCI is a body corporate, all the features or characteristics of a company, whatever you have read in Companies Act 2013 about company, like perpetual succession, separate legal entity, such company can sell its property to anyone and can buy property in its own name, can sue others or can be sued by others. All characteristics are same for any type of body corporate. Got it? So, second point is CCI is a body corporate having perpetual succession, common seal, can transfer property, or can sue or can be sued by others. Same thing. Just copy the meaning of company under body corporate in point number 2. Clear? Now, though this commission is formed or established by central government, Central government is going to decide the head office of such commission time to time. Got it? So where the head office is going to be situated for such commission, that decision is also going to be taken by the central government. Clear? Next point. Now, composition of such commission. So number 4. Composition of CCI. Now that means who all exist or such CCI consists what type of member. Got it? It actually consists one chairman and other is members. Got it? Now member minimum 2, maximum 10. All will be appointed by CG. Clear?
Yeah.
And these chairmen as well as members is going to be whole-time member of such CCI. Whole-time means, you know, at a time they cannot be a member in other commission only. They will act as an employee, whole-time employee. Got it? For that, they are going to get the salary itself. Got it? Now, next is qualification of such people or such members in the commission. Qualification is first, Judge of High Court. I'm talking about all those members. What will be the qualification for such members whom you can appoint as a member of CCI? Got it? Judge of High Court, first of all, and they should have a special knowledge. They should have special knowledge and professional experience. For at least 15 years. Okay. On international trade, next is economics, business, law, accounts, commerce, etc. Got it? So all this field, they should have specialized knowledge and they should have experienced at least of 15 years and Judge of High Court. Got it? And these people who will be qualified, means who will be like this qualification is having, then only they will be eligible to appoint it as a member of CCI. And once they got appointed in CCI, their tenure of office is going to be for 5 years. Okay. So today, if they appoints as a member, then they will continue for 5 years. After that, they can be changed or they can be reappointed.
Okay.
Clear? Next is Acha. No chairman can hold office or shall hold office after he attains the age of 67 years. Okay. So once he attains the age of 67 years, after 67 years, such person cannot be appointed as a chairman. Okay. And for member, It should not be more than 65 years. So at least by 67 or by 65, they can be appointed in CCI. So if their age exceeds, like chairpersons or chairman age exceeds 67 or members age exceeds 65, then they cannot be appointed in CCI. Clear?
Yeah.
Next is one obvious point is there, though the appointment of this chairman and members are done by CG, this chairman and members, so the appointment is done by CG. So CG is only having power to remove such person. So the person who appoints you, that person only is having right to remove you. Got it? So he can also remove you, this chairperson, chairman and member, by giving a notice in writing if they misbehave, or if they become insolvent, or if they become unsound mind, if they behave insanely. Okay. So if they become disqualified, then easily CG before the tenure is 5 years, na? So before tenure, CG is having right to remove this person, chairman and member. Got it? Next is this chairman and members salary, okay, is going to be determined by CG only. Got it? And this salary will include traveling expense, traveling allowance, plus HRA, plus any type of conveyance, plus medical facilities, etc. All these are going to be decided by CG itself. Okay. Accordingly, they will put in their terms of service, they will put all those conditions, terms and conditions in their appointment letter in writing. Got it? So these are also going to be determined by central government itself. Clear? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is, this is also valid. Next is about CCI. CCI is a commission which is a body corporate. Now, next point they are telling, if CCI is usually formed by CG. Got it? Now, if the CCI shall be, for example, like for invalidation, like in case in future CCI becomes invalid due to any deficit of member or vacancy of member, etc. In such cases, whoever is there in the CCI, the people who are there, chairman or members, they are not going to be liable for such, because it is formed by central government. So it cannot be invalidated by the members who are working under CCI. Got it? So for example, think under CCI, there is a one chairman is there and 5 members are there. Got it? Now think, suddenly the members came 1. From 5, all resigned from CCI. So members come 1. So what I said in CCI formation composition, see, minimum 2 member is required, maximum 10. Got it? So it became 1 means what? Now CCI is invalid because required members are not available. Huh? So this invalidation cannot be made valid by the members of CCI. That means chairperson or whoever member is there, they cannot appoint the other members. That invalidation points or whatever is not available currently, it can be rectified only by central government only. Got it? So any defect, any vacancy, if arise here due to, means if any appointment is required or any vacancy arise suddenly, then that can be validated only by central government, not other person who are there in CCI.
Okay, ma'am.
Next point. CCI will, what they will do, if any person or if any enterprise or company, if contravenes the provision of this act, actually, Competition Act, provision of this Competition Act, then CCI is going to do the inquiry for the same, or inquiry or investigation. Got it? So CCI is actually formed to do the investigation against those enterprise or those people or those person who contravenes the provision of this Competition Act. That means if you are not, you are acting as a seller, you are the seller in the market and you are not following the Competition Act provisions, then CCI is going to CCI is going to initiate the investigation proceedings against you.
Okay.
Next is Next is 11, 12. I'm just explaining 12 points. I will explain how much you can remember, maximum 5, 6. Okay, main point you can write. And finally, CCI is going to appoint the registrar, and such officers and the employees who are going to function or who are going to act as per the provision. Got it? So in your enterprise, your company, CCI is going to determine who are those. Registered means authority. Who will be the authority, or who are the employees will be working under this company, and who will work only means on these portion, that is competition part. Got it? Who will work as per provision of Competition Act, that is going to be decided by CCI. He is going to fix the registrar as well as officers, employees, everything who is going to work on this area only, Competition Act. Got it? So these are the all about CCI, that is Competition Commission of India, which actually formed by or established by the central government to take care or to initiate the investigation if any person is contravening the provisions of such act. Got it? Next. Duties, powers, and functions of CCI. First of all, what are the duties, powers, and functions of CCI? So first of all, you can write of your own, like Competition Commission of India is formed by CG to do the investigation against those persons who are contravening the provision of this act. Now, why this CCI formed? Basically, CCI is actually formed with a hope that they are going to eliminate practices which is having adverse effect. Last day we have discussed an adverse effect on competition. What do you mean by adverse effect?
Like too much negative.
Wrong. So which is having, means wrong effect on competition. Got it? So you are, for example, you are doing competition in an unfair means. Got it? So that is actually it's having a bad effect on competition, na. So the person who wants to compete in a fair means that is affecting those people. So these type of wrong practices is so that these practices should not exist or should eliminate by CCI. With this hope, central government formed the CCI. Got it. So basically, first is central government hope means they establish CCI with a hope that they will eliminate such practices which is having a wrong effect on competition. First of all, secondly, uh, is like CCI will protect the interest of the consumer. Interest of the consumer who wants to compete in a fair means.
Okay.
Who wants to compete in fair means. So that means those who are having no negative intention, to protect those people, CCI is there, formed by central government. Got it? So that these people, like also like those who are the new entrants, na, like they don't know about the market, about the politics of the market. Those who are new entrants are coming in the business world. Okay, they have started newly their business. So, so, so those people should get the freedom of trade. Got it? So that they can do the trade freely without any hazard or without any disturbance. So that CCI will come and look after this. Got it? So these are the actually basic things, or so that new entrants. So such competition, and also to protect the competition also, like to sustain competition. So a lot of things you got. This is point number 1. This is point number 2. This is point number 3. This is point number 4. So CCI usually found by CG with these hope. Like first of all, it should eliminate the wrong practices which is having a wrong effect on competition. It came to protect the interest of the consumer who wants to compete in a fair means. Okay, those who are not having any negative intention. Those people wants to do business new businessman. So they should do the business freely, they should get a freedom of trade without any hazard from the existing competitor who don't want them to come into the market. Got it? So those who are existing people who are doing unfair means, who are doing competition in unfair means, and they don't want this new entrant to enter into the market freely. So to give a protection to these people, and also to sustain competition so that everyone can compete in a fair means. For that only CCI is formed by central government. Got it? And also not only this, along with 4, point number 5 is also it will do inquiry whoever will contravene the Competition Act. Okay. So CCI is going to initiate inquiry as well as investigation if there is any contravention of provision.
Okay.
So 5 points you got about CCI. Got it. And okay. See. So some terms is there, some bookish or act terms I'm going to explain you. So that these are also the function of CCI. Other than this, if you are asked in a simple way, like please like explain the duties or powers and function of CCI, this you can elaborate, this 5 points or whatever you know about CCI. Got it? Now, if they ask you by mentioning some particular line, then also means you should explain. That's why I will explain you something like CCI also determine something as per act. Okay. First of all, creation of barriers to new entrant in the market. Whatever I just now explained, same meaning. So normally what happens na? those who are existing people, like whenever you are fresher in a college, so the existing all brother means all people who are the seniors usually do ragging and all to this fresher one. So same thing, those who are very long time in the market and acting as a seller and manufacturing some product, and if you are a new one and manufacturing the same product, obviously they are going to create, they will try to create a barrier for you to enter into the market. They will create. Got it? So that whatever they are creating, whatever barrier they are creating, they should not create it in an unfair means. Got it? So how they can create barrier? For example, think A and B. A is also making a product. For example, think a shampoo. Got it? A also manufacturing shampoo, B also manufacturing a shampoo. A is existing seller who is there in the market from long run, okay, or from 10, 20 years, and B is a new people, new entrant. Got it? Now, always A will try to create a barrier and also try to restrict B to enter into the market smoothly. Okay, but A should not do it in an unfair means. He should do it in a fair means. How? The fair means he can change the quality, price, or the brand so that no one should go to the new people. He should create his own brand, buy his own product. Got it? But he cannot restrict by threatening, or he cannot injure these people, or he cannot harm physically to these people and restrict them to enter into the market. Got it? So both the way they can restrict. Got it? So same way, like we, for example, think you and me, both are preparing for the competitive exams. Got it? So I will compete with you how? I should study hard. Okay, I should solve more papers, or like I should study more hours than you. In this way, I will try to defeat you. Got it? This is fair means if I do this. But on the other hand, on the date of exam, I just harmed you or I injured you in by some way, so that you didn't give the exam at all. So I passed. So that is unfair means. Got it? So creation of barrier to new entrant in the market, if the existing people is doing in a fair means, that is okay. But if the people is doing in an unfair means, that investigation is going to be done by CCI, and CCI needs to give protection to the new entrant. Got it? This is the meaning of first point. Clear? Doubt?
Yeah. No.
Next. Next, what the CCI will do, driving existing competitors out of the market. So if CCI feels like any existing competitors is doing or creating the barriers in unfair means, got it? So simply after inquiry, they are going to driving out this competitor from the market. Got it? They will suspend this type existing competitors. Got it? This is the actually duty of CCI.
Okay.
Next is foreclosure of competition by hindering entry into the market. So this is also same like existing competitor is creating the hindrance to enter into the market. Got it? So same thing by foreclosure. What do you mean by foreclosure? Foreclosure is a term which is there in Transfer of Property Act actually. So do you have any idea?
Um.
Hmm? Foreclosure is actually, you can say, if whenever you are giving any property, okay, on mortgage. So that means what? Whenever someone is giving property on mortgage, that means that person has taken money from that person. So, for example, foreclosure means, for example, take A. Got it? A has taken loan of rupees 50 lakh from Mr. C. Got it? And in exchange, A has given his property whose value is 50 lakh to Mr. C. Got it? And in the papers, he has written that until if A fails to pay this amount along with interest, C can foreclose the property. That means what? C can sell the property or can take the possession also. Foreclosure other term is take the possession.
Okay.
Got it? So this is foreclosure of competition by hindering into the market means what? See, I am restrict. For example, think I am the existing seller and you are the new entrant. And what I am doing now, I am foreclosure. I am doing the foreclosure of competition. That means I am selling so much and I am restricting you to enter into the market and to sell the same type of product which I am selling. Got it? So I am restricting the consumer to focus on you. Got it? So I am creating some hindrance in an unfair means, and I'm just not giving you to come into the market and sell that product. Got it? So in such cases, CCI is going to take care of these type of matters. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Other thing is like benefits to consumer. Point number 4, benefits to consumer. That means those who are consumers wants to sell the product in the market. So CCI is going to, if that person is loyal and whatever he is doing is a fair means, by way of fair means. So CCI, he is going to get any type of benefits or facilities from CCI. Got it? Next is, if he is loyal, then CCI will ask them like, okay, CCI will give facility to this consumer and will ask him to do the improvements in production, distribution of goods and services. Got it? So in this way, they can take the market, distribution of goods and services. So that I am working hard, I am manufacturing more products, I am doing the distribution good in many areas, that is okay. So you are not doing manufacturing much, that's why you are there and you are not winning the race. Got it? So through our quality or through our means hard working, the win and loss is depending. Got it? So who is going to win and who is going to lose the game is depends on the hard working, not on the basis of like the strategies, like how I am going to defeat. Okay, I cannot touch you. Physically, I cannot harm or cause any injury towards you. Got it?
Yeah.
So I can do it by improvement. I can do a lot of distribution. I can improve the quality. Okay, as well as I can do the promotion or technical. I can do the scientific and economic development. I can do a lot of research. All these things I can do it while I'm doing a business. These all are coming under the fair means. And if I do all these things, CCI is going to be there with me only. Got it? I will get the benefits and will get the facility also from CCI. In case if anybody wants to restrict us from doing all these things. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Next is, along with this thing, CCI is also going to determine, for example, in a market, when the competition is coming, whenever you are going to sell or buy or sell any product or services, right? Product means it can be goods also, goods and services, what we call as a commerce, trading of goods and services. Got it?
Hmm.
So these products, market share, size, importance, okay, market structure, what are the obligations, that means liabilities, advantages, or any other factor, or how this product will help the in to the society. Got it? That is social obligation, everything, or other factors you can say. All these are going to be decided by CCI. Got it?
Hmm.
So a product related things in a market, like how you are manufacturing a pen, what will be the market rate of this pen? First, you need to take approval from CCI. Got it? Now, if your company of this manufacturing, you are usually you are doing the production of pen, and you have opened a company, for example, ABCN company. Now, this company got listed, for example. Got it?
Hmm.
Now, if your shares are traded in the open market, then what will be the market share, or means share price in the market? That is also going to be decided by CCI. Got it? So CCI is having all these powers to determine the market share, what will be the importance, how much important your product is in a market, what will be the lot of size, what is the social obligation, market structure, any liabilities there or not if you contravene the act, or other factors, advantages, everything this relating to this product is going to be determined by CCI.
Hmm. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Next is, CCI also determine about the geographical market. Relevant geographical market. What do you mean by geographical market or geographic market?
All the
Geographic,
markets of like wherever you can trade.
yeah. Like they also will uh, see, means they are going to fix the policy, national procurement policy. Got it?
Hmm.
National procurement policy. Or they are going to give you the distribution facilities. That means which are the jurisdiction where your company can distribute. Distribution facilities. Got
Hmm.
it?
Hmm.
So which area you can sell more. So these are all geographical thing. Got it? Like which jurisdiction you can take care more. So this is distribution facilities, or else relating to the transport cost. Whenever you are going to transport your product globally,
Hmm.
what will be the transport cost? Okay, language. Where you are going to sell your product, and means, for example, you are going to any product which is made in India. Got it? Now, in which area you are going to sell this product? If you are selling in Bangalore, that is in the state of Karnataka, then along with English, you can write in local language, Kannada. Got it? If you are selling in Maharashtra, then along with English, you can write Hindi. If you are selling this product in West Bengal, along with English, you can write in Bengali. Same thing if you are selling in Nepal, then you can translate that language, you can use in Nepali so that the local people can understand what product you are selling. What is written there behind that in the packet. Okay, why they will buy it, right? They should understand now what is this, what are the specification, how this product is going to help me. Are you getting me now? So which area, the seller can sell it, and according to that area and according to that state, you have to fix the language. Got it? So both is going to be decided by CCI. Got it? And as well as they are uh, going to fix the local specification requirement, and finally you can regulate, and they are going to regulate the trade barriers. Got it? Though everything is going to be decided by CCI, so if you face any problem while selling, then they are going to gives the rules and regulations. So regulatory authority will, I mean CCI will act as a regulatory authority for trade barriers. Got it?
Yeah.
So these are the points coming under geographic market. So geographically, if you want to think like about area, about a particular region, about the language of the state, about the local specification, and also the policy. The policy is also going to be fixed by them if you are selling that product to the in that specific region and that specific area. And while selling, if you face any type of barrier and hazard, for that also CCI will take care.
Okay.
Along with this, CCI also, along with this geographical part, CCI also takes care relating to relevant product market. Product market. So, product market means what? You have to think about product you are selling in the market. So, the CCI is going to fix the physical characteristics of such thing. Physical characteristics or feature of such product. They are going to fix the price of such product, goods and services, whatever you are selling. They are going to give the preference to the consumer preference. Okay. They are going to fix the rules and regulation relating to the production. Got it. And also classification, they are going to classify also classification of industrial products. That means your products, under which industry you can sell it. Okay, that classification also will be done by CCI of industrial product. So if you are manufacturing pen, means this is coming under the education industry, educational thing. If you are creating one chimney, so it may come under many things, like it may come under kitchen, or it means industry means it will come under what to say. It can be used in normal kitchens in our house or in any factory or any large restaurants, hotels. Okay. So under which industry your product is going to be classified, that is going to be fixed by CCI. That is actually relating to the product market. That means how your product is going to behave in a market, relating to that thing is also going to be decided by CCI. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
And whatever I said, these are all powers, function, duties from the relevant site. Means one product market, other one is geographic. Okay, all these things. Other than this, if you need to refer any statutory authority, got it? Who are you? You are an enterprise or who are competing in a market. Got it? So if you wants to refer any statutory authority. What do you mean by the term statutory? The term statutory means legal. Okay, legal. That means, for example, for any legal proceedings with whom you are going to refer, that is also going to be referred by CCI. Got it? That means, for example, some legal proceedings happened with your enterprise. Now the question is where to go, whether to arbitrator or to the High Court. Now High Court means which jurisdiction? Yours means plaintiff's High Court, or the defendant means where the defendant situates their High Court. So which authority you are going to file your application, your appeal, that is going to be referred by CCI. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Now, up to this is clear? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Now, under commission, the CCI is a big. CCI will definitely come if competition comes. CCI is maximum portion is actually occupied by CCI.
Oh.
So this commission, CCI actually is having benches. Do you know what is benches? Like Supreme Court is having benches. What happens now? Whenever we are having any problem or dispute, okay, with you are going to you will go to High Court, right? Either District Court or else after that High Court. If High Court you are not satisfied with the order of High Court, then finally you can go to Supreme Court. Got it? Now, here whatever court you refer, there to one judge will be there. Got it? Now there is a bench. What do you mean by bench? You know now the school bench where 2-3 judge will be there in bench, more than 2 like that, and they are going to if you are talking about international, okay, international we call same people as a jurist. That means whenever I will take a decision, I cannot take a decision alone. Okay, so what I will do now, we will together take a decision. I will take the consent from other experienced judge also. So in a bench, there will be 2-3 judges will be there. Okay, and these judges itself is like one chairman, other 3 members like that under CCI. All qualification is the judges of High Court. Whatever we read, they should have experience on all those areas and should have experience of at least 15 years. Got it? So all those judges together will take a decision. So what happens, for example, I'm talking about in practically one person done rape. Got it? Now, after investigation, before giving death sentence, I cannot alone, one person alone cannot give a death sentence. He will consult with other experienced people also, because this is a matter of life. And this is about death. What about imprisonment? If I am giving imprisonment to you for 15 years, 15 years is not a small term. 15 years, your full life will go. Half of the life will go. After coming from jail, what will you do? So before taking that important decision, I means one judge cannot take alone that decision. He needs to take consent of other judges too. That's why this bench concept came. That means in a bench, what happens? Many people sits like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So in bench also, in court also, these benches are there. Got it? 1, 2 benches are there. So these people all together in a bench is going to decide what they are going to do. Got it? And accordingly, they will take decision. Got it? Now come to under commission, there is a bench. And in this bench, one chairman is sitting. Along with that, we have read minimum 2 members will be there. Maximum 10. That's what we read, na?
Yeah.
And here they are telling in this bench, whoever is there, one must be judicial member. Judicial word means what? There are three, you know, na? Three organ of our constitution. One is legislative, one is executive, and one is judiciary. Got it? Three organs in our constitution. Legislative means who makes the law. Makes the law. Example, parliament. Parliament is a part of legislative assembly, we called it. They are coming under legislative. Got it? Legislature. Executive means who implement the law. Under executive comes president. Okay. All those people, vice president, are coming under executive. Who implement the law? They make the law. They sign that page. That means they approve the law and immediately we start following those laws. Got it? Now, whether the people are following this law properly or not, that is going to be taken care by judiciary. Under judiciary, only two, High Court and Supreme Court. Got it? So, wherever you will see is a judicial member, that means it is either the judge of High Court or judge of Supreme Court. Right. So, judicial term means it is a member of the court. Got it? So, member will be there, and that is also judge of High Court. Got it?
Okay.
Now, sometimes there are principal bench also there. Principal bench concept is also there. Now, whenever in a law we called it, there is a bench of commission. Okay. Bench means there is a one bench is available. Like in a bench, there are chairman, members are there. They all together will take decision. Got it? You will see they are telling the principal bench of commission is there. So principal bench word wherever you will see, you will come to know like there are two benches. One is going to lead other. One will be known as principal bench, other will be normal bench. Got it? So principal bench is the main one who is going to guide the other bench. So if there is a one bench, I said like one judicial member means chairperson and minimum two member is required in that bench, and one judicial member will be there, that is judges of High Court. Got it? And under principal bench, always there will be one chairperson or one chairperson will be there and one or more benches. Got it? On the other hand, we called it merger bench. Merger of benches. Got it? So two parts together and they are taking decision. How much complicated your case is, on the basis of that they will form the bench. Clear? So normal bench consists chairperson and minimum two members, and principal bench consists chairperson and one or more bench. Clear? Now, next thing is relating to CCI only. Just remember, CCI is going to initiate the inquiry, right? So, when the CCI is going to initiate inquiry or investigation? Whenever someone is going to complain to CCI, without complaint, going to initiate investigation or inquiry. Something happened to you, until and unless you are initiating a fire in your police station, how the police will come to know that some wrong happens to you, right? Same with CCI also. Like if something wrong is happening with you, you should complain before them. Then only they are going on the best of, on your statement, they are going to initiate inquiry or investigation. Got it? Now, CCI is a big thing under here, like chairman is there, members are there, minimum 2, maximum 10, like that. Now, there CCI is going to, you can say not CCI, specifically CCI along with the consultation with central government is going to appoint Director General of the central government, Director General, who is going to do all this inquiry and investigation, okay, of your enterprise or a company, and is going to prepare the report, and such report they are going to submit to CCI. Got it? So, CCI with the consultation with CG, central government, is going to appoint Director General, and such Director General is going to initiate the inquiry. He is going to visit to your company and going to do the inquiry investigation. He will make a report and he is going to submit to CCI. Okay?
Okay.
No. Now, after that, you can write like on receipt of the report, CCI is going to give the order what to do. Okay. So what to do? He is going to give the order, or else who will be found guilty, which party will be found guilty, he is going to impose penalty on them. Penalty or punishment on them. Punishment. Got it?
Yeah, ma'am.
So this is about CCI. Any question on CCI?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next term is what were Director General. Okay. Just now we have read na. He Director General person who got appointed, who usually get appointed by CCI for this investigation purpose, because CCI, those who are working under CCI, they don't visit to the company or enterprise for inquiry or investigation. So this Director General is going to be appointed and they are going to assist the commission in this investigation. Got it? About Director General, just write one line that they actually assist CCI in investigation in case there is any contravention of the provision of the act. Got it? So if anyone fails to follow the provisions of the act, then this Director General is going to assist the CCI in this investigation. Got it? Now, next is punishment. If anyone fails to follow the provisions of the Competition Act, then obviously after investigation, Director General along with CCI is going to impose the punishment, right, on that criminal. So punishment will be like, depends on the crime. Okay, minimum fine is going to be determined by them. Got it? No specific they have mentioned. It's depends on how much crime they have done. But maximum limitation is there. Whatever fine or penalty they will charge, that should not exceed more than 10 lakh.
Okay.
Okay. And also, I'm talking about your company or enterprise who did the crime. And now we will come about officer default. After corporate bail, obviously you are going to search that person who did that default, because company is a big thing. So any person is doing the wrong or crime, right? So whenever you will find out that person, then officer in default, for him, the penalty will be minimum 1 lakh. Okay. So he charged minimum penalty of rupees 1 lakh for each day during which such failure continues.
Okay.
Such failure continues. So if you don't remember, if you can't remember these things, then just write the 2 line, that is the company in default is going to be punishable with fine along with the officer in default as per provision of the act. No need to specify any number or any amount.
Fine.
Now there is something, this is penalty portion. So many things is there, penalty portion. If you can remember, then you just note it down. Finally, if you can remember, then only go through once. Penalty. First is first of all, the failure to comply. Failure to comply the rules, or else failure to comply the provisions. For this, only what I said, if the person in default, whoever is there, 1 lakh will be per day until he solve it, until he makes it correct. 1 lakh per day. Second is, if penalty for making false statements. Okay. Or omission or failed to furnish. Furnish means, you know, submit, or if you're asked to give, that one. Fail to furnish information, material information. Okay. In such cases, Commission is going to impose you the penalty of shall not be less than rupees 50 lakh. Sorry, minimum 50 lakh, maximum 1 crore. Got it? This much only. Got it? So two types of fine can be imposed on you. First of all, you have not followed the provision, contravenes the provision. For that, until and unless you are making it correct or you are following the rules, you have to pay, you will be charged 1 lakh each day. Got it? And secondly, if you are doing any misstatement or you have omitted any information, that means I have asked you to furnish any certificate, you have omitted that. Or you have failed to submit me that information what actually specifically I am asking for. For that, minimum 50 lakh, maximum 1 crore. Okay. Now what happens now? These amount are going to be collected by CG, the central government. So as a penalty, and they are going to credit it in a fund which is known as Consolidated Fund of India. So you may ask in a question, what do you mean by Consolidated Fund of India? Or you may get any situation based also. Like in a situation, it's a competition related situation. Now they may ask like amount got credited in Consolidated Fund of India. Now they can ask you in this fund, what type of expenditure you can do it. Got it? So just note it down. Amount is not important or mandatory to remember, but whatever penalty amount they are going to collect, got it? They are going to credit it in a separate fund which they are going to open it and name it as a Consolidated Fund of India.
Okay.
And next one, which is connected to this, they will make a separate fund which will be named as Consolidated Fund of India. 1 minute. Consolidated Fund of India, or other name is Competition Fund. Got it? In this fund, government, whatever government will receive relating to the competition, all government receipts is going to be credited here only. Got it? Now, any monies or any cost or expenditure or any monies, whatever they are going to received by commission, that is CCI. This is by CG. Got it? So whatever money or amount is going to be received by central government, they are going to credit it in this fund. Got it? Whatever money or amount is going to be collected by CCI, they are also going to credit in the same fund. Clear? Or else any fees received, interest accrued, anyone is paying interest to them. Okay, that is also going to be credited in this fund only. Up to this is clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
And next thing is, from this fund, they are going to give the salary to the chairman of CCI, members, got it, or other members, whoever is there. So all salary, their whatever we have read, traveling expenses, HRA, other pension, other expenditures, whatever they are going to give it from this fund only. Got it?
Yeah, ma'am.
And such fund is administered by commission only, CCI. CCI means the chairperson or members, whoever is working under CCI, they are only going to administer such fund. Clear? This is, and last one thing is there, or this is done at least. Okay. One term is there, competition advocacy. This is the last topic. Advocacy. What do you mean by competition advocacy? Okay. So, this means actually commission, that means CCI, shall give the opinion regarding policy on competition. To whom? CG. Within how many days? 60 days. So, this is the thing. What do you mean by competition advocacy? Whenever CG needs to take any opinion relating to competition, they will ask to CCI. Got it? Relating to this CCI policy or what rules they can frame for those who are not following the rules, etc., etc., or the penalty amount, etc. So, whenever CG will need advice or opinion, they will ask to CCI. Now, on receipt of such thing, CCI is going to assist or to give the opinion to CG within 60 days. And such advice actually in a legal term, as per Competition Act, we called it competition advocacy. So, they will help to them as in this competition advocacy, because now those who are people working in CCI, they are itself with a court member, like judges of High Court, as well as they are having the legal background. So easily they are more than a lawyer. So no need to hire any separate lawyer or advocates for their advocacy. Got it? So they will take suggestion and opinion for those people only, those who are having means judges of High Court and all who are working under CCI. Clear? So this is only known as competition advocacy, and this done with competition. Any confusion?